Okay, we're going to do the Sudoku Rubik's Cube using left and right algorithms, which is similar to the beginner's method on the normal Rubik's Cube. First, what I'd like you to do is do a map of the completed cube, as I've done here, and don't try to remember all of the numbers. Remember the first face, the rest you will learn in blocks of 3, and you can probably work out the final face. So we're going to use the beginner's method, which means we're going to do the cross at the beginning. We're going to start on this one with a 6, the face with a 6 on, and we're looking at the edges, the 3, the 2, the 3 and the 5, the 9 and the 4, and the 8 and the 9. We're just going to use logic at this point. So we're looking for the edge pieces. Here's a 3 and a 5. So there's the 5 and the 6. Here's the 8 and the 9, which we shall turn that way. The 3 and the 2 is around here. And the last one we need is the 4 and the 9, whatever that may be. There's a bit of hunting around these cubes early on, so it's here. So there we have it. So we have the 5, the 6 and the 8, and the 4, 6 and the 3. The next thing we need to do now is to bring the 7 under here. So we rotate the bottom so we have the 7. Now we need to do the full cross, so we need to make sure that the edge piece and the centre line up together. It's quite straightforward. All we do is we do F, R, then we twist the 7 to the orientation that it needs to be, which is here. And we do R prime, F prime to bring it back. The same for this side, the 2 and the 1 aren't aligned, so FR, rotate the 1, bring the 2 back down again. These are already lined up, these 2 are not. So again, FR, rotate, and the reverse. So now we have our cross lined up with the center cubes. The next thing we need to do is put the corners in, and we do that just using logic. As you can see here, we've got the 6, the 9 and the 4, the 2, 6, 8, 1, 7, 5, and the 4, 7, 5. So let's see what we've got down the bottom. We have the 9 here, which needs to go here. So we'll bring that down, that up, and bring it up. What else have we got down the bottom? Okay, so the 7 needs to go here, so rotate that down, that one back up. That's the bottom 3 done. We need the 2, 6 and the 8 here, and the 1, 7, 5 there. So there's the 2, 6, 8, there it is. So now we have the 2 in the right place. Now we just need the 1, 7, 5 here, which is there. So now we have our first face done. 1, 5, 2, 4, 6, 3, 7, 8, 9 with the centre squares in alignment. Next thing we do now is to do the 4 edge pieces. So we turn it upside down, and we're going to use the standard method for moving this edge from there to there. So to move from there to there, we rotate the top one opposite way it needs to go, right algorithm, rotate the cube, left algorithm, and that will bring that to here. Conversely, if you want to move it that way, you move it opposite way, left algorithm, rotate the cube, right algorithm, and that slots it in. So what we're looking for here is the 5 and the 8, the 6 and the 3, the 8 and the 2, and the 8 and the 6. And you can see where they need to go. So let's see what we have. So the 8 and the 6, as you can see, is here, and it needs to go, the 8 needs to go next to the 4. So that needs to go here. So opposite way, right algorithm, rotate the cube, left algorithm, and that slots in that piece. The next piece we need is the 2 in the 8. The 2 in the 8 goes with next to the 4 as well. So that needs to go down to here. So again, opposite way, left algorithm, rotate, right algorithm, and that's the 2, the 4 and the 8. we have the 3 and the 6, which goes here. So the 3 needs to go next to the 7. So it goes here, and the 6 will make 6, 1, 8. So opposite way, right algorithm, left algorithm, and that puts in that. And this one is in the right place, but it's not orientated the right way. So we need to pop that out by putting that one there. So let's do that. So now we have it in the top layer, and now the 5 needs to go here to make your 615. So to the right. So now we have the bottom 2 layers complete. I don't need to think too much about those bottom layers anymore because they form no further part in solving the last layer. They'll be disrupted, but then they'll be put back into place. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is do our across on the last layer, and we are looking for, I'm going to take this down and put the last face on. So we've got the 3 and the 7, the 9 and the 7, the 2 and the 4, the 1 and the 2. So we need to make a cross, and if you remember how to do that, you do a big F, right algorithm, put the F back again, or little f when you put both the faces, right algorithm, put the face back again. What I would suggest you look for here, if you have the sort of L shape, and then just what I would suggest is you just do the double face, right algorithm, and back again. If you don't have that, look for a completed edge. If you have one completed edge in the right orientation as it relates to the 5, so if you have the 3, the 7, the 2, all the 1 in the right place, so the 1's there, the 3's there, the 2 there, or the 7 there, what I suggest is put it on this side of the cube, do the big F, just the one layer, right algorithm, put it back again, and you're more likely to find that you would have the 751 and the 352, which means you'll skip the last step. It will happen a few times. I don't know the exact ratio is, but it does happen probably 1 in 10 times perhaps. What we have here is the 2 is in the right orientation, and the 3 and the 7 is. So at the moment we have our L shape. So we did our little f, which is both faces, right algorithm, put them back again, and now you can see that we have the 3 and the 7, the 7 and the 9, the 1 and the 2, and the 2 and the 4. So they're not in the right orientation as the 8 to the 5, but we have the cross. The next thing we need to do now is swap the corners around. Now with the standard method of the Rubik's Cube, what you normally do is if you want to swap these 2 round, so say these 2 are right, you have to do 3 right algorithms, rotate the cube, 3 left algorithms, and that swaps the 2 over. You can't do that with the Rubik's Cube because what will happen is you will rotate the 5. What actually happens when you do the 3 right algorithms and then you rotate and you do the 3 left algorithms is this piece stays where it is, and these 3 move in a counter-clockwise direction. So what we're looking for now is, are the corner pieces in the right position? They don't need to be orientated to the fascia, that's the next stage. So we're looking for the 4, 6, 9 and the 8. I can see that the 4 is there, the 9 is in the wrong place, the 8 is in the wrong place, and so is the 6. So the 4 is right as it relates to the 5. So what we do is we put it down the bottom because this is not going to move, and these 3 are going to rotate when we do the algorithms. So let's do the 3 right algorithms. Rotate the cube. So what we have now is the 4 is still in the right place. We have the 8 here, which is still not right. That's not right, and that's not right. So we need to do another lot. So back down to the corner. The 9 needs to go here. The the 8 needs to go there, and the 9 needs to go here. So we'll do the same thing again. Rotate. Right, so now what we have is the 4, the 6, 8, and the 9. So 4, 6, 9, 8. So they're in the right positions, but they're not brought to the surface yet. This one's in the right, is on the surface, but now we need to do these 3. So if you remember, to reorientate to get the 6 to the bottom, we turn the cube upside down. We have it on the right bottom, and we keep doing right algorithms until we get the 6 at the bottom, and we always have to complete the algorithm before we twist the bottom. So let's get this one started. There it is, down to the bottom, complete the algorithm. So that's the 6 that we have. Now we're going to do the 8, so let's do the 8. There it is, down the bottom, and complete the algorithm. So now with the 4, 6 and the 8, now we need to do the 9. So let's bring the 9, so there we go. So if we look at this now, we have the 4, 6 and the 9 and the 8. So as you can see, the bottom is still complete. That hasn't moved. Okay, so we have the 4, 6, 9, 8, 5's in the right orientation. Now what we have to do is move these 3 around. Now, do we have any in the right place? It looks like we don't, which is unfortunate. So what we have to do is move the 3 around, and we do that by using right algorithm, left algorithm, 5 right, 5 left. If you want to go clockwise, anti-clockwise, and the reverse if you want to move them clockwise. So let's just do 1 right, and 1 left, and 5 right, and then 5 left, so now we should have at least one edge in the right place, and here it is, the 3, 2, 5 at the side and the 8, 1, 6. So now we put the face towards us, and now we need to work out which way these 3 need to rotate. So I can see that the 3 needs to go at the top, and the 7 needs to go next to the 5, so it needs to go anti-clockwise. So we start with the right algorithm. So right algorithm first, left algorithm, and 5 right, and 5 left, and that's the cube complete. Okay, so it's quite a straightforward way of doing the cube. It is just the beginner's method with a couple of slight sort of alterations in the technique, and you can use this to do any Rubik's cube that has pictures on its face, like the sort of dinosaur cube that you can buy at the Natural History Museum. But essentially that's how we do it without having to remember long algorithms.